VL Trucking fined me fined me $2,500. You know what I mean? They're like, Jay, we're not gonna let you off the hook plus like that. You know what I mean? Gotta find something to get some money out of your pocket one way or the other. Even though you broke the lease and you didn't pay the $5,000, we're going to hit you with a $2,500 fine. There is a catch to it. You know what I mean? Why the absence? What's been going on? Why I haven't been posting any videos? I'm going to tell you guys that I got in an accident also. I'm going to tell you guys about that. I'm going to share everything in this video, so stay tuned in the video. Don't go nowhere. Thank you guys very much for subscribing. Thank you guys very much for your concerns. Everybody that has been reaching out to me on my social medias, in my email, people that are still asking me for advice on VL that's working there. You know what I mean? But I don't want to make this video too long. I'm going to see if I can have it under 30 minutes. So I'm going to just get right into the video. I'm going to talk about the $2,500 fine and the accident. So on the last week, on my way back to Chicago to turn the truck in, believe it or not, I was in bumper to bumper traffic. We were literally doing like 5 miles per hour in bumper to bumper traffic, and I was about to switch lanes, and this dude stopped right in my blind spot, and the front of my truck tapped the side of his door, you know what I mean, and damaged his door. I ended up getting a citation for it. I got a ticket for it because I was at fault, because the dude was in my blind spot and I didn't see him. It's almost like he wanted me to hit him because the guy just literally like stopped, you know what I mean? Shit happens, you know what I mean? It could happen to anybody or whatever the case is, but it was just really unfortunate on the last run before taking in my truck that basically happened. It's one of those things. So, you know, I called VL, I told them about it, the cops were called, I got a citation, I got a ticket. Luckily I got the ticket was thrown, the ticket was dismissed, you know what I mean? On the police report it said it was $1,500 worth of damage because his door was damaged. The truck wasn't damaged, the truck was fine. It just literally had the paint from the car on there, that's all it was. So it wasn't anything crazy, but it had $1,500 worth of damage for the guy's door. So yeah, told VL about it. They were like, okay, you know, it's fine, it's whatever, and you know, all that is done and said. So when it was time for my last paycheck, I got my statement, right? My check was about maybe like $4,000 or so. They took the fuel, they took I think it was like my IFTA, or for my IFTA stickers, they took some other deductions that they never really took before or whatever. You know, you guys know that when I broke the lease, I didn't pay the $5,000 because I had somebody switch over in my truck and all that. But they took some other deductions and fuel and all that and the lease payment, and then I was left with about $2,669, I believe. They took $2,500 out of it for the accident. You know what I mean? That's what it said on the check. Accident, $2,500. I was kind of thrown off because that was my last paycheck and I had just purchased this truck, you know what I mean? So I used up a lot of money that I had saved up, you know what I mean? So I was expecting that paycheck, and then, you know, I got delayed with the whole process, which I'm going to tell you about, you know, shortly after. But they took the $2,500 and deposited $169 in my account, you know what I mean? And I was just like, what the hell? But after looking at it, I was like, you know what, like, I'm not even mad about it, because I left their company and they gave me a blight to not pay the $5,000, you know what I mean? They cut me some slack there, you know. And then at the same time, it's like, I know shit happens, you know, it could happen to anybody. It was obviously a mistake, because you're not going to just go out there to go get in an accident to mess your shit up, you know what I mean? But at the same time, after looking at it, I was like, you know what, I'm not even mad about it. I would rather to know they ended up taking that $2,500 and I owe them nothing, you know what I mean? No, the only thing I was like concerned about is, like, on the citation it says $1,500 worth of damage for the guy's door, you know what I mean? And they took $2,500. It is what it is. But like I said, I'd rather to know that I went my way. I'm good with the company. They said I can come back anytime I want to work or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? So I'm good with them. I have no bad blood or anything with them. You know what I mean? But I'd rather know that they took the paycheck, and I'm square with them. I don't owe them nothing, and they don't owe me anything. You know what I mean? So with that being said, this company that I'm with right now, I had done the application for this company back in December, and this accident happened in January. So I actually called the company. I called the company the same day, and I told the recruiter what was going on, and he's like, you know, it's fine, because stuff happens, and it's a minor accident. It's nothing, you know. Both the vehicles were able to drive away from the scene. Nobody was injured or anything like that. You know what I mean? So just to go over the, you know, everything, I'd say if you guys are over there, even if you guys are company drivers, you're still independent contractors because you're 1099, bro. I would say just be careful. You know what I mean? If just try not to, in general, even if you're not an independent contractor, just try to be safe out there, because stuff happens sometimes. You know what I mean? And it can be at your expense, obviously, especially if you're on the lease side. You see how they ended up taking that paycheck, and I didn't know they were going to do some stuff like that, because they have insurance. They can claim it through their insurance, but instead they you know, they fined me $2,500 out of my paycheck. But just like I said, bro, just try to be careful. You know what I mean? Try not to get in anything, and try to stay on the safe side. So I told this company that I'm with now, that I told him about the accident, and the guy was like, you know, it's fine, it's not that big a deal. The insurance will still work with you, because your record is pretty much clean, your background is pretty much clean, so that's not going to really affect you. So luckily I was still able to lease on to this company. Now, the delay with this truck that I got, that's a long story, but I'm gonna see if I can cut it short and cram everything into this one video, so I don't have to do 2 or 3 videos or whatever the case is. I first went to North Carolina to buy a truck. The truck that I looked at, it didn't work out. You know what I mean? So I went back looking again, and I bought the truck through Ryder Used Vehicle Sales. So I went back online on Ryder, and I found one that was in Texas. Went over there, checked the truck out and everything. Now the thing is that the first truck that I looked at, it was in North Carolina. So the guy that was helping me down in North Carolina, I had the guy do the deal. The same kid that was doing the deal in North Carolina, I had him do the deal in Texas. Bad idea. You know that Gorilla girl says bad idea, bad. It was a bad idea doing that, because now every time I wanted information and I had to get stuff done, I had to go through him for him to go through Texas, and it was a lot of back and forth. And then what I didn't know until like I was in the middle of the deal, the kid had just started. Like he had just literally started at Ryder, and he's learning the ropes. You know what I mean? So he had to keep going back and forth to his manager, keep doing this, keep doing that. And it got really annoying after a point, because that's how I ended up getting some of these delays that I had within the process. The whole process took about a month. Like I purchased the truck, what was it, sometime in early January, and I never got a hold of the truck until like a month and a half later. Like I ended up being home for like 5 to 6 weeks. I was only supposed to be home after I quit VL for like I was going to take like 4 or 5 days off, and I ended up being home for like 6 weeks. You know what I mean? The first delay that I had, this truck was what they call a R&R unit, so it just came off lease. Lease driver just turned the truck in, and what they do, they put them up on the website for sale. So this truck had to be serviced, so they send the truck to Freightliner to get the truck serviced, and it turns out when they send the truck to Freightliner to get serviced, Freightliner damaged a bracket for the fuel panel. You see what I mean? They damaged a bracket for the fuel panel, and so the bracket was on back order. It took 2 weeks for them to get the actual bracket back for the truck, so I had to wait for that 2 weeks. Okay, after they got the bracket back for the truck, they sent the truck back to the Ryder location. Now I needed the documents to get the to get my registration and everything done, to get my plates done. So you know, I had to keep going through this kid back and forth for them to get it. They overnighted the documents to me. They sent it on a Wednesday, and it was supposed to arrive the Thursday night. I got it 13 days later because of the ice storm that was in Texas. It shut the FedEx hubs down. So it took 13 days before I got the actual document. If that wasn't enough, by the time I got the document and I brought it to the DMV, if you guys live in South Florida, I don't know about your state, but if you guys live in South Florida, you know that to go to the DMV, it's like a month in advance for you to book an appointment. You have to have an appointment to go there, and it's like a month. You literally can't get anything earlier. So I finally got my appointment, went to the DMV. When I went over there, they told me that I needed a VIN verification on the truck. I had to get a VIN verification done, and without the VIN verification, I can't get the title receipt to get the plates and the registration and all that stuff. The problem was the truck was in Texas and this was being done in Florida. You know what I mean? So now I was like, how am I going to do that? They said I needed a notary or I had to get a police officer to sign it from any state. So now I had to hop on a flight from Florida to Texas, went over there, got a cop to come out to do the VIN verification. They just look at the miles, they look at the VIN, they run it in their computer, make sure everything is straight, take your name, your license and all that stuff, and then they sign it off, you know, put their badge number on there, all that stuff, and then they gave it back to me. Then I had to catch a flight back the same day, because luckily I was able to get an appointment. Somebody canceled an appointment and I was able to get one, but it was 40 miles away from my crib, so that was the only option I had. So I had to catch a flight back the same day, back to West Palm, and then I had to go to the DMV the Tuesday morning. Okay, when I finally got to the DMV, I was like, yes, finally, no, I'm going to get everything done. Only to find out, they asked me if I paid sales tax on the truck when I purchased the truck. So I'm like, I'm not sure, you know what I mean? They told me what the price was for the truck. We organized, I paid the money and everything. So she's like, no, looking at this, you didn't pay any sales tax, so you have to pay the sales tax before you can get it. The sales tax was an additional $2,184 for the sales tax, you know what I mean? So I had to pay that before I could get the title receipt. So I ended up paying it the same day, getting the title receipt, and then after the title receipt I flew out to get the truck. The kid didn't communicate with these people that I was coming to get the truck the next day, and when I got over there to Texas, it was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon in Texas, so it was 6 o'clock in North Carolina, and they needed a verification from North Carolina for them to release the truck to me. So it was a lot of back and forth. It was a bad idea doing the deal with the kid, but I got the whole thing out the way right now, and I have the truck. I'm actually on a load right now. I'm in Virginia. I'm going up to Maryland. I'm just thankful that, you know, the whole process, you know, it kind of went like that. I was really agitated after a minute, after being at the crib for so long, you know what I mean? But the most important thing, when you're a truck driver and you got a family at the crib, you don't get to spend a lot of time with them. So I basically used that time that I was at the crib to spend with my kid, and that's mainly why I haven't been posting on my social media. I deactivated my Facebook back in December or some shit. I deactivated my Facebook, and then my Instagram, I was barely posting. Went to a few car meets, but I barely posted on Instagram, and that's why I haven't really posted any videos on YouTube, because I wanted the detail. There was so much, you know, toxic, you know, situations going on when I had just left VL, you know what I mean? And I was spending a lot of time on the internet and all that stuff. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just use this time and, you know, recuperate and spend the time with my kid and my family, you know what I mean? And it's been good, bro. Like, I can't even complain. Like, it's been really good. I really enjoyed my time spending with my kid, you know what I mean? That's pretty much what's been going on. That's why I haven't been posting any videos. A lot of people been hitting me up still about VL that's been working there or going there or about to start there, you know what I mean? All I can say, just try to be careful. It's a company where you can make money, you know what I mean? But they got their little ins and outs, you know what I mean? as far as the fines go, and surprisingly, oh, they charged me the $2,500. So if you guys, especially if you guys are leasing, bro, just try not to get in anything major, because then if you get in something major, you can know that they're gonna, you know what I mean, they might find you, you might end up, and it's not a fine, it's like for the accident, you see what I mean. They took my paycheck for the accident, but like I said, I'm not mad. I have no bad blood with them. They told me I can come back anytime I wanted, you know what I mean. I have no bad blood with them or anything. All I'm saying, just try to be careful over there, and even if you're not working at VL, just try to be careful out there on the road in general, you know what I mean. People still been subscribing to the channel even though I haven't posted. I took a whole month break off. People still been subscribing to the channel, and I'm very grateful for that. So if you're new to the channel, thank you very much for subscribing. If you're first time stumbling across my videos, please subscribe to the channel. Now that I'm back out here on the road, you know what I mean, I'm gonna be posting, you know, more videos obviously, and back consistently and everything. I have so much that I want to show you guys, so much that I want to talk about. There's so much plans for the future, bro. I have so much like lined up, but I can't really say, you know what I mean. I'm gonna show you guys a lot of, bro, I have, you know what I mean, I don't really want to speak on it, but there's a lot in the pipeline. Just know that, and you guys are gonna see everything in due time, you know what I mean. Let me tell you guys a little bit about the truck before I go, because I'm still, you know, I still haven't really, like, I did a video for the showing the truck and everything, but I just want to do a one-shot video right now where I'm talking, so I can just upload it straight so you guys can see this. But I'm gonna do one. I bought the truck with 560 on the dash. It's up to 570 right now, you know what I mean. It's a 2015 Freightliner 10-speed manual transmission, DD15. The truck is pretty clean. It's in good, decent condition. I got all the maintenance record from 0 miles all the way up to 560 when I purchased it. What else? I got what, 10 brand new tires. 10 brand new tires on there when I purchased it. The truck is in great condition. It's been running great, you know what I mean. I ain't gonna lie, I was starting out, I'm struggling with the shifting, you know what I mean. That's for a whole nother video. I'm going to tell you guys. I actually brought my GoPro out here and I strapped it to it. When I first started shifting, what it was like, you know what I mean, because I haven't got that much practice with the 10-speed manual transmission. But you know what they say, if you can't find them, you grind them. No, I'm just joking. They're not gonna grind gears because you go damage the truck, but you know, I'm slowly catching on. But I'm gonna do a video on that, and then the other video I'll basically show you guys the truck, and you know what I mean. So like I said, I have a lot in store. I'm gonna drop my official logo soon. I'm gonna show you, and I have a surprise in the pipeline for you guys also, you know what I mean. So stay tuned to the channel. If you guys are new here, please subscribe, like the video, share the video, comment down below, let me know what's been going on. Let me know what you guys think about the $2,500 fine. Let me know what you guys think about the whole situation of buying the truck, and if I could go about it smarter, what would you have done, you know what I mean. In the meantime, I'll see you guys in the next video, and just be safe out there.